Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. A very special and warm welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. We are so happy to have you here. We welcome our global audience from around the world. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is a special favorite of mine. It's Women in Business. And today we're going to talk about women empowerment and self-confidence. Self-confidence is so important. I know myself, I've struggled with it many times. Sometimes it's a day-to-day struggle, constantly beating myself up. That's a whole other story and a whole other show, because it's not about me today. We have a very special guest who is joining us, and I just want to say the power of connection. You never know where you might attend an event and meet someone, and so I want to give a big shout out to my soul sister and dear friend, Dr. Madeline Chan, for welcoming our very special guest. Our guest today is a best-selling author, which is very difficult to become. Also a life and leadership coach and a keynote speaker. We're going to find out much more about self-confidence and women empowerment. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Parul Begum. Hello.
Hi, Dr. Jacalyn.
Hi, so nice to have you with us today, and I appreciate you taking the time. So you help people in so many ways, and our show today is focusing specifically on women. Tell us about why you're passionate in helping women and especially helping them with self-esteem.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity. And thank you, Madeline Chan, for introducing me. So my name is Parul Begum, and why I have passion to help women? Well, I actually born in Bangladesh, but brought up in England. As a child, age of 11, I started to notice discrimination against girls. When I moved from primary school to high school, which was about 3 miles away from my home, I have lost a lot of friends that time, girlfriends, because parents couldn't afford 2 children education. So they decided to send their boys to high school, not their girls. That really affected me really badly, because those girls stayed at home, helping mom to do their household chore, end up getting married in early age. And that bothered me. By age of 14, I moved to UK because my parents, my dad was here. He brought us here. Moving to UK, I had another struggle with seeing girls being forced into marriages. So when I was finishing off school, I started to volunteer in community center, where I used to mediate between parents and the girl to allow the girls to study beyond 16. And during that time, I was a columnist. I also been to lots of community TV channel, especially focused on Asian community, helping girls to remain in education. That time, I was young, but Israeli men, especially those who were perpetrated actually doing domestic violence and involved in forced marriages, marrying young girls, moving to UK. I was trolled by those men, but you know what? Nothing stopped me. I was one of the person involved in safeguarding board in local authority, helping during campaign to bring legislation in which is against forced marriages. Carry on from that, I actually, after finishing my university, I end up working on national charities, working on women's and children issues. Again, all the issues, they've been discriminatory practice on disability, forced marriages, female genital mutilation. That's another of my passion. So I've always been passionate about working with women. During COVID, I was indebted with referral for working with women who were facing domestic violence. What I've realized during COVID, that those women actually need confidence and need help with how to earn money. So I changed my focus during COVID, and I focused on self confidence. What I realized is if I can help those women to build their self confidence, there is nothing in the world can stop them to grow. And that's the reason I decided to work on women's self confidence.
Bravo. That's exceptional. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And something I want to just have you speak about, because when it comes to self-esteem and confidence, for you and I to do what we're doing today, we have to have a certain level of confidence and self-esteem. And people are literally terrified to put themselves out there, knowing that connection is so important. And the fact that you met Dr. Chan and now you're here, and who knows where this is going to go. So you've spoken on some of the biggest stages in the world. What would you say to people who are just literally terrified even to make a new connection with someone, let alone put themselves out there to empower their business or their work or their message?
Yeah, I think it's really important women to network and start at local level. Start going out, see what's out there in your local community. Once opportunity comes to you. I mean, I network with nationally, internationally, and because of the power of network, I was actually awarded with honorary doctorate during this April by International Internship University because they recognize my work with women. So all these women who are watching, all I want to say is have faith on yourself, because when you believe in yourself, when you have faith in yourself, there is nothing in this world can stop you. So take one step at a time. Take one single action, a positive action that will help you to achieve your goal. So start talking to local women's group. Start going to. There's lots of women's networking meeting you can go to. Start networking. There is free stuff. You don't have to pay for everything. Lots of free network. So start doing something. Do not let the dream die inside you, because we only go one life. So fulfill your needs, fulfill your desire. Go and get out there and get your dream. Bring your dream into reality.
Beautiful. Thank you. And you have also been on many large major networks across the world. When did you realize that not only had you created something special, but you had something really special to offer? Was it when you got on these big stages and these platforms, or did you know it all along?
No, really. As I said, from childhood, I've wanted to make something different, and I always desired to help women. And 2017, I did a life and leadership coaching program. On that time, actually, I decided that no matter what, by within a year, I will quit my job and I will be with my family. And I think after quitting my job during COVID, I started reading and listening. And that's the time I realized I've got a gift that I can help more than a small group of women. I can help women worldwide. So during last year, I took part in a book project. And I always had this passion that I want to have my own charity. I want to help women worldwide. And guess what? When I launched the book project with a group of women from across the world, I realized that the book project, actually, the proceed of the book project not coming to us, is going to an international charity which helps women in sub-Sahara desert of Africa to be trained up to develop their own business. So without me knowing, my dream came into reality to help women to be independent, especially financially, to be self-sufficient, so that they don't have to rely on a man to provide for them, especially those women who are struggling in domestic violence, who are struggling because they think they haven't got financial support to go out there to be independent. And I think during COVID, definitely that's that my eyes open that I can do more than that. And doing this book project, which is called Strong and Free Volume 2, where I describe my life story and becoming a giver, really, that really opened my eyes up. And I think I can do more to help women worldwide and more women, not just group of women locally.
Absolutely. You brought up the key word, the buzzword that so many women are intimidated by. And I feel it has a major impact on their self esteem. And I was one of those. It's money. Money. We don't value ourselves as we should. We undervalue our services and our offerings because we're terrified that we're not going to have clients or people aren't going to like us. What was your experience when you thought of putting a value to the service that you offer?
Great question, Jacqueline. I think money is something we all have issues with money different way. Now, I worked all my life in charity. My daddy was a giver and I was a giver. I worked, I gave all my money away. It's only during COVID when I was working free, actually. 2 years I provided a free service to women. I've realized that when you actually provide a free service, people don't value your time, the action they're supposed to take, they don't take it. I had to work on myself to change my own money mindset, because I came from giver's mindset, not receiving mindset. As a person, we all need to give and receive, and when we start receiving we can give more. That's something I don't realize. I just thought I need to give. That if I can earn money, if I earn more money, I mean I'm able to give more, and I'm valuing my time. But also, people who receiving the service, they will value their time and they will take action because they put some money and time investment into it. So therefore, by charging for my service, I'm not just helping me, but I'm helping my clients too to realize their dream.
That is a great answer. Thank you. Very profound. I had signed up for this course, this business course, and part of the offering was that 5 different people would be speaking during this course about their business. And I'll never forget this one woman from New York. She started talking about her business model and she charges $6,500 an hour. And I thought to myself, what? This has to be, I must have misheard that. So I asked again. No, it's 6,500. So I went to her website and I thought to myself, if one person pays the $6,500, then it's worth it. So she started out charging very small amounts free. I was working for free during the pandemic as well. So if when we think about all the women who are out there and we want to empower them, we want them to know their value and know their worth. Where is the baseline of how you decide how much value you bring and what price tag goes along with it?
I think with price tag, we all people who coming in new, obviously they start with charging small, start with free, charging small. But it's really important to look at what you offer, look at what other people charging, ask yourself what value am I giving and what value I'm giving to myself, and then put a price tag on. For me, quality come all above. For me, it is all about giving value to people. So serve more than what you get. So I've always have this mission is I go above and beyond to serve my client, but also charge for my value. So each of us, obviously, we have our own way of charging. So looking at what you're providing and what is out there, and then decide how much you want to charge.
Thank you, doctor. I love that. Just one more comment, then we'll move on to a different topic. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to hire you and I'm going to work with you and I go and call you or I see on your website that you're charging $20 an hour, I'm going to think to myself, not a judgment, but I'm going to think to myself, I don't think that person's the right one for me because I want to go to this level, this level, and this level, and I want somebody who can take me there. So I want women to think about that. What are you saying about yourself if you're undervaluing your service? I think that means a lot. So tell us more about this incredible academy that you have created and how can our audience get involved with it?
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, during COVID, when I was doing free service, I realized that people not taking action what they agreed with me. Also realized there's 2 things stopping those women to go out there and get their dream into reality. and one was lack of self-confidence, and one was financial insecurity. Now, I had to change my business model from working with women who are facing domestic violence to work with women who been through life challenging experience, whether that's domestic violence, childhood trauma, sexual abuse, bullying and harassment. So any adverse experience in life. And I decided to focus on confidence because confidence was coming up often from those women. And that's the time I found my academy. I've actually trademarked it called Boost Your Confidence Academy. Now, within the academy, I've created a 7-step formula, which is a 7 weeks program, which is a tried and tested method because it worked for me. I mean, I have been through bullying. I've been nearly forced into marriage. Thank God it didn't happen. And so all the 7 step I actually created based on my own model, my own experience, and I know it works because it worked on me. It worked on a number of women that have worked with it. And that was the reason for me to open Boost Your Confidence Academy for women.
It's a great name, by the way, and I love that you've trademarked it. I think that's also important. I know for me, for Dr. Jacalyn, I've got that trademarked as well, because why not? We are individuals, we are unique, and we are our brand. So I really commend you for what you're doing. You shared a little bit about being bullied. And I know on an earlier show today, we were talking about the fact that when we go through adversity, many times we feel like we're damaged goods, or we feel we label ourselves because we've got this pain inside of us that hasn't been unlocked. And as a result, our self-esteem and our confidence can be very low. So you've got these steps to help people. And I know you also have a book. What can we do to break the stigma? So just for a quick example, I've had ulcerative colitis for 30 some years, and people told me I was disgusting and I was dirty. And I really believed that until about 2018. So I lost a lot of good years that I could have been doing something else because I felt like I was worthless. How do you help with those 7 steps to break that stigma that we put on ourselves or other people put on us?
Yeah. One thing I just want to mention that I mentioned, the reason I mentioned I was bullied is because when I started working after graduating, I was the youngest manager and only one color person in the team or manager in the team. People much older than me, especially men, didn't take me seriously. And they always told me that I wasn't good enough for the job, even though I was doing everything that I was required to do. It took me 2 years actually to understood that I was being bullied. I got help. I got mentorship through my coaching, through my workplace. Actually, they were really helpful, and I challenged those who were bullying me. One of my staff member later told me, Parul, it was not your fault that I had problem. It was my responsibility to learn. It was not your responsibility. So it took him 2 years to realize that. Now, moving on to my second job, I was also bullied. But that time I recognized it immediately. It's because I got help, because I had coaching to understand what bullying is. You know, when you're new or you are young, sometimes you don't realize that you've been bullied. But what I did that helped me is I went on, keep learning, keep learning. Now, based on that second job, I actually quit. I've raised it, but they were not changing anything. I decided to leave that job, and that was my last job. Hence, I never gone back because I opened my own businesses. Now, my 7-step formula, how people can reach me and how it help. Now, based on my 7th book that I've written called the 7-step formula to boost your self-confidence, I created the academy, and each steps had each step go inside the sub steps to help people. If you follow every single steps in the book, there is nothing in this world can stop you to stop self-confidence. But if your book is not enough because is go all everything, but if you really want to move faster, academy is the best option, because in the academy you get one-to-one support, you get group support, you have WhatsApp group, you have weekly accountability sessions to work on things that you really want to work on, whether that's your business, that's your personal relationship, or whether it's in career that you really want to move forward but you don't know how to move forward, or whether you actually don't know how to speak in a meeting, how to speak to your boss for a pay rise. So it's anything really that you want to work on. The 7 step formula works with any subject matters. All you need is desire, that you really want to change your life. And ladies, we only have one life, so don't give up. Don't ruin those dreams inside you. Get that dream out. Get help. Get support. There are lots of people like Jacalyn, myself, lots of other coaches who can help you to bring your dream into reality.
Absolutely. Thank you, doctor. I think something else that's really vitally important, and people don't realize it until they put themselves out there, is when you help one person, that changes the whole way you look at life and look at yourself. Because I know for me, I had someone say I gave them a reason to live because I spoke at a Crohn's Colitis Foundation event. And that to me, I thought, wow, I didn't want to talk about this for all these years. And yet I did. And someone came forward and said that. So you've had many moments like that. I'm sure countless numbers of moments. Can you share one or two with us when somebody said, wow, what you did really changed my life?
Okay, I'll share one. First of all, this woman who were going through divorce because she faced domestic violence and she came out of the relationship but not fully, and she was living her own with a child, but she was facing huge challenge. One, obviously going through the divorce. Second thing is her own child behavior, and her own emotion. Her emotion was all over place. She was seriously suffering from mental health issues. Now, I worked with her for a long period of time, nearly a year, to help her. Now, she got over it. She got divorced. She got everything settled as the way she wanted. And then she found a part time job for herself. And she wrote me a nice card. When I was reading the card, my eyes was in tears because she wrote from her heart. And I still, when I think of her, I still get emotional. That my intervention being help, involved in her life is not just helped her emotionally, financially, but it helped her child to thrive in school. It helped both of them. That's just one of the example of a woman who actually wrote to me. She then gave me a testimonial, actually video testimonial as well. But also another person that I helped, she was rejected by her family because she refused to marry someone their family liked. Then she was involved with her boyfriend who was also abusing her emotionally. She was too busy with her work and she really wanted to do her own business. So we started working together. She set boundary on her relationship. She also started saving to do her business. But most importantly, within the 3 months, I have seen her confidence. And she said, Parul, I'm allocating the time we discussed on my business. I'm not going to give my 100, everything for my work. Job is there temporarily, but I'm going to focus on my dream. Year later, she opened her business and she is so happy. So I think, when I see and I hear people's story, that's where I get most satisfaction, is people's achievement. There are many stories. I also work with teenager, which I haven't said here. I work through school, helping teenager. Now, children are more advanced. They are in their mentally. Within 3 sessions, you can see a breakthrough. As an adult, sometimes you take at least 6 sessions to go forward. But for children, it doesn't take long. And when I see those results, children being confident to speak up about their dream, to speak in a class, to speak out, break from bullying, that's the most satisfying thing for me when I see a result, a positive result.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And we're going to take a look at your website. Before we do, I'd love to have you share about the ways that people can express themselves through podcasts, because you are a podcast host, and that's another medium for people to build their brand, build their business, build their self-esteem. What's your experience been as a podcast host?
Yeah, actually, becoming a podcaster, it happened in a kind of in a moment of thought. I created a Facebook group, private group to help women with my positive messages. A free group, any woman from anywhere from the world can join, and it used to be called domestic violence subgroup, but I changed that to Boost Your Confidence Facebook group now, and then I realized, just though everybody doing podcasting, why I don't start doing something so that these women can hear from other professionals, other people who've been through life challenging experience, and hear how they move forward. So that was the reason, and that happened during COVID as well. So during COVID, I actually, even though it was a challenging time for everyone, including me, there has been a lot going on, but same time it gave us the opportunity to realize our dream. For me, that's the time I became an international speaker. That's the time I became a best-selling author, and also opened my own podcast channel. So I started to open up the opportunity for any women who actually share their experience, but also helping them to develop their self-confidence through the podcasting, so they can open up, they can share their story to inspire them, but most importantly, inspire others. And same time, I'm also going to other people's podcasts to talk about my own experience, share my personal journey to inspire other women. So all these women who are listening, all I'm going to say, there are lots of podcasters who looking for people to share your thoughts, your experience, also any tips, anything, any gift you can share with them to help them to become who they want to become and not live in the gloomy life. Is important for all of us to break free, and realize our dream, because we only have one life. And I'm repeating myself, because when you go into the plane, the first announcement, safety announcement you hear is, put your oxygen mask first before you help your child or anyone else. So, ladies, we have to breathe first. We have to build inner self, because when we build inner self, there is nothing in outside world can break us, because we are strong enough inside. So our outside environment doesn't break us. And that's the message for me.
I love that message. And I love what you said earlier, too, about testimonials. I think it's really important that we're confident in our work and we ask people for testimonials. Why not? We worked with them, we had a relationship with them for that period of time. Let's hear what they have to say. And you've got a number of testimonials on your website. So let's just take a look at your website, because I think it's really easy for people to see and hear about the value you have and how you can work with them. So we're here on your website, which is very nice, by the way, great picture.
Thank
And
you.
where should we go over here?
My testimonial actually on my YouTube channel. There should be link for testimony. Yeah, there's a link for testimonial.
Oops.
These are written testimonial. The video testimonial actually is on my YouTube channel, which is Life and Leadership Course. There should be a link in a page for my YouTube channel.
Right here.
Yeah, if you go into a YouTube channel link, um, should work.
Can you see it? Let's see.
No,
No,
I can't.
I have to change the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so let me stop sharing and then let me reshare. It doesn't let you change page by page for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, the main page there should be linked to YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, there is the testimonial. Um,
Okay, we're over here on the YouTube channel and we're going to subscribe. Yay. And
Thank
then
you.
here are the various videos that you've done.
Yeah, there's if you go down, there should be one testimonial somewhere. Every time I go
Hmm.
into the pages changes.
wonder if
There's
it's
more
under
videos. So I think
about.
you have to click the if you click on the side arrow, you should find some testimonial there.
Let's see. Well, it's not coming up, but there are testimonials obviously on the website as we
Yeah.
saw
Yeah,
earlier.
if you click on the first one, boost your confidence. I think that's all about my academy in that one. But there is a testimony. Yeah, that is all about boost your confidence academy. I just introduce the academy.
Do you think you could do it with more
Yeah,
confidence?
that's about
Right?
introducing my
In
academy.
your relationship, at work, or business, are you struggling to balance
The,
both work
yeah, there are a lot of videos on my YouTube channel.
and good news for you? I've developed this 7-step
Yeah,
formula
yeah, this
where
is
you
about
can take
about my
work
academy.
anywhere in the world. Let me help you to build your When I said confidence, you stand on your feet and you speak in confidence. That's what I teach, to make sure you have the self-confidence to be who you want to be, to become who you want to be. And Booster Confidence Academy teaches you how to stand on your own feet and get what you want in your life.
All right, fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
let's go back over to your website because, excuse me, I want people to see your books. Let's see. Let's go back over here. And let's take a look at your books. This is the one you've been speaking about.
Yeah, that's the new book. That's the one about boost your confidence in 7 days. So it has all the 7 methods, 7 formula about boosting self-confidence.
Fantastic. And
Now, this book has been written by my teenage son. During COVID, he started to write poems. So I've kind of motivated him. So I'm Blinded is more targeting teenagers. I put in my website because it's a not just booster for teenagers, but also self booster for women because it's a real story. The poems actually describe real life stories.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so when you build your self-confidence, you can build self-confidence for your children. My eldest one is the most shy child, but through his book, he opened up.
Well,
and this is the book I was talking about, Strong and Free, Volume 2. Now, this is a joint written up book with other women from across the globe. This is the book that made me best-selling author because, and that's the proceed of this book actually goes to the charity, which helps women to develop their business. And women are taught with stories, drama, dance, and music because those women, they can't read or write. So my dream of becoming a philanthropist or helping other women became reality through this book project without me knowing it. So when you have a vision, you could bring your vision into reality if you keep focus on your dream and keep working on it every single day. Things not going to come into reality without work on it, without getting the help, because when you get the help, you can get there faster.
There it is. Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like us to look at on your website?
My website has everything, obviously, all the services I provide. So you can look at the services. I'm also a safeguard. I do a number of things. I'm also a safeguarding trainer for, so I've got coaching. I speak in different platforms. I also train. So my training is for corporate organizations, helping, women to become better leaders, helping women to develop their self-confidence, but I also train young people and corporate organization on safeguarding. understanding safeguarding issues. And my safeguarding is not just a normal safeguarding, is especially safeguarding issue like forced marriages, female genital mutilation, radicalization of young people. So the training is targeting young people, but also teachers, social workers, police force, local government authorities, to understand how they can work together, how they can help young people to come out of the thought process and focus on how themselves, but not get you know we've seen how people get into, especially during the Syrian war, we've seen how we lost lots of young people being groomed. So my training is all about helping corporate organization and helping children and parents to understand how grooming, real understand about grooming behavior and understand how they can help their child to come out of those and focus on life, but not be groomed, not to be radicalized. So I focus on both women and teenagers as well, to help them to build their life and to focus on life.
Thank you so much. I love the work that you're doing, and I love how you've expanded from one means of communication to another, because people take in content or education in different formats. And so you really have all of the key areas covered. Doctor, I'm wondering, for somebody who wants to hire you as a coach, are you looking for obviously someone who's committed, that they want to do the work, right? But who is your ideal client?
My ideal clients are two group of clients. One is women who really want to improve their life. They must have time and commitment. I don't work with anyone, just anyone. I work with people who really committed to make a difference to their life. So they have to find the time to commit themselves and being able to work with me as a mentee, as a coachee. Because when someone work with you, you have to allow them to lead you, help you to find your own solution. So definitely commitment is utmost important. I also work with parents whose children need support, especially who have been bullied or who lack support, but parents don't have time, but they want their teenagers to get the support. I'm happy to talk to those parents as well, because now we are in technology, I can work with any women, any children from across the group with help of Zoom and other technology, they are available.
Thank you so much. And we have your contact information out here, but you'd love for people to go to your website and also to your LinkedIn. Tell us more about connecting with you and who you'd like to connect with you. And
so you can connect with me in LinkedIn, Boost Your Confidence Academy. You can find me Instagram, Life and Leadership Coach _. My website is www.byca, Boost Your Confidence Academy, byca shortperson.co.uk. And my Facebook is Parul Begum, but also Life and Leadership Coach. That's my business page. Who to contact me? Although I work with anyone who needs coaching support, my specialism is women who wants to build their self-confidence, who wants to bring their dream into reality, but got stuck, don't know how to, who wants to improve their relationship, who wants to go to the next level of your job, or who wants to open their business, but they don't know how to start. Also parents who wants help for their teenagers to grow, to look forward to their life, whatever circumstance they are in. So those are the people. And the corporate organization who wants to train their staff, whether that's individual staff member who might need some support or who needs coaching, or individual staff members or group of staff member who wants to go to the next level, need leadership help. I work on women's in leadership as well, but also training on safeguarding. You could have a group of women who come in, or parents who come for maternity leave, who have children, but they want to know about Safeguarding. I do 2 hours kind of short version of safeguarding training for parents to understand how they can safeguard their children. That's something quite a lot of corporate organizations, sometimes they buy in lunchtime session, sometimes they get breakfast session for their employees who actually become new parents. Who So is the extra value as an organization you can give it to your staff member, which really appreciated by lots of staff member. When I go into corporate organizations, especially big organizations, when they do breakfast sessions, they do lunchtime session, the staff really appreciate those extra things the corporate organization does on top of their normal work.
Dr. Pearl, you have been such a bright light, and I just really appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you came to our platform. And we'd love to have you back on some of our other shows. We have between 30 and 40 live shows a week, and I can see you fitting in so many of them. So please do consider coming back.
Definitely, I've seen quite a lot of your shows names, and Dr. Chan has, introduced me to. Definitely love to come, and lovely meeting you first time. But definitely, I love to come back. You have a different topics, and I have a lot of interest. I want all the women to listen to the positive message and move forward with their life. That's my mission, to help everyone to move forward. Or most importantly, women who are stuck, who don't know how to go forward. So come and listen to the loads of videos available on YouTube, including these US Global TV shows as well as my own channels. Come and listen. Let us help you to move forward.
Thank you so much. I just want to finish with a final comment, and you really just hit the nail on the head, so to speak. But I felt like before the pandemic, there was so much backstabbing by women, one woman talking against another, and there was a lot of competition. And now I feel like we finally said, hey, let's support each other. We don't have to be competitors. Let's be collaborators. Let's figure out ways to work together to lift each other up. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. So for any women who are out there and you are looking for how to build your self-esteem, maybe how to start your own business, please do reach out to Dr. Pearl, because she is an expert. And again, she's really mastered spreading the message in so many ways. And all of those ways take confidence. They take self-esteem. And you out there watching, you out there listening, she can help you. So take that fear factor, throw it away, take those excuses about not today, I can't, it's not for me, she'll probably be busy, I won't be able to afford it, blah, blah, blah. Get rid of them and make the effort to contact her through LinkedIn and through her website. And your website again is?
www.byca.co.uk.
Okay.
And my LinkedIn is Boost Your Confidence Academy.
Boost Your Confidence Academy. Well, thank you so much again for being here. I really do appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you on one of our other shows.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to share my message.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
And thank you to each and every one of you who are out there, whether you are watching or you're listening. What I'd really like you to take away as my final message is, get yourself out there. Get out there and meet someone. Introduce yourself to someone. How can you support somebody else? How can you lift someone else up? It's not about you. It's about how can I help you? And that's what we are all about here on this platform, is giving you a safe space to share your story, knowing that we're going to listen at an elevated level without judgment, without interruption, without stealing the stage, and without providing a solution that you didn't ask for. So please go over to our website, which is usaglobaltv.com, and go ahead and book your session so that you can be a guest on our shows. Also, we do stream to a number of places, but I always refer everyone to our YouTube channel, because I have a team of people working on it so we can get real numbers. And that is USA Global TV and Radio. Thanks again. We're signing off for now. We'll be back with our next show shortly. And we hope that you find value in all that we do. And if you have any suggestions for programming, or you'd like to be part of our team, please go over to usaglobaltv.com. Contact us. Bye for now.